lot of new things, but I haven't bring out. Since I do Man in the East, a Japanese label, I haven't brought out anything generally in London for nearly 20 years. I haven't bring out anything, but I keep going into the studio, and I have a lot of new things, but I don't bring them out yet. I am working on them. So I have a lot of work to release. Well, I was in school and we all of us wanted to play saxophone, you know, and suddenly they picked the instrument for you, you know. So I didn't pick it. All right, I didn't pick trombone to play trombone. I grew up amongst a lot of good musicians, and they had a lot of time for me, and they showed me a lot. So that was what helped me. One show me one skill, and next one show me a next skill. And next one teach me how to read, you know, so lots of friends were around to help. If I wasn't in school, it would have been difficult, because I'd have to go to school. But because I was in school, all my friends were there to help me, you know.
Sure.
And because I was good friends with them, they would like to see me advance, so, yeah. When I leave school, classically trained, I would say. I met the Rasta man in Warwick Hill, and I decided to stay with them to learn to play drums. And at first I found it very difficult, for just to play it is not that.
Yeah.
You have to know how to play it. And staying with them, I learned how to play it with them, and we learn a lot of things together, like reading psalms and living very clean, and don't get in trouble with the law, you know, and togetherness. So that was one of the things that helped us, you know, being together, and we were many in the Warwick Hill, and many of the youngsters came to Warwick Hills to study music.
Yes, sure.
And we see a lot of Americans come from America, come right up into Warwick Hills as well, and study with us as well, you know. When you're in Warwick Hills, you only hear the birds whistling. It's natural, you know? And the moonlight, and you know, it's beautiful, you know. And we only study. We didn't use guitars or piano much, just drums. I miss the vibes. I miss the togetherness, because in England people are not together so much. Everybody is separated. In Jamaica, it's like oneness, you know. If you have one television, everybody is coming to look at the television, you know, from the community, you know. Each of us didn't have one each. Everybody came to look at your television if you had a television. Only when you go to England, you realize it's not like Jamaica, you know. And unlike everything else, you got to get used to living like that in England. You know? And sometimes I used to come out of it and go to Jamaica for 6 weeks, or go back to England. But after a while, in '82, I decided to stay for 9 years. I didn't go back to England. I stayed in Jamaica for 9 years and pick up back the vibes, you know, the good feeling. Right now, I'm missing that. I'm missing that. I have to go and see what's going on, for I've been there a long time. And especially, I was telling Sly and Robbie the other day, when I come to Jamaica, I want to do a next album with them. You know, I saw them in Holland, and I said to them, long time we don't do a record, man. We have to go back and do a next record. And they're very happy to hear me telling them that, you know. So I'm looking forward for that soon to come, you know. Yeah.